In 1897, the Kingdom of Benin, a civilization that had stood for centuries in what is now modern-day Nigeria. It was a kingdom of sophisticated art, complex diplomacy, and immense wealth. But to the British Empire, it was an obstacle to trade. When a small British diplomatic mission was ambushed after being warned to stay away during a sacred festival, London didn't just respond, they launched a punitive expedition. But the soldiers didn't just come for blood, they came for the bronze. In just a few weeks, thousands of priceless artifacts, some of the greatest art in human history, were stripped from the walls of the royal palace and shipped to London to pay for the war. This is the political noir of the Benin Bronzes, a massacre turned into a marketplace. The conflict wasn't about civilizing anyone. It was about rubber and palm oil. The Oba, king of Benin, had resisted British trade monopolies for years. In 1892, he signed a treaty under pressure, but he refused to become a puppet. In early 1897, a British official named James Phillips led an expedition to Benin City, ignoring warnings that the king was performing a religious ceremony where no foreigners were allowed. The mission was attacked and most of the party was killed. To the British press, this was barbarism. To the British Admiralty, it was the perfect excuse to finally dismantle the kingdom and seize its assets. In February 1897, a force of 1,200 British troops invaded. They used Maxim machine guns and rockets to tear through the Benin defenses. When they reached the capital, they didn't just occupy it, they burned it. But before the fires consumed the royal palace, the soldiers were ordered to strip the walls. They found thousands of brass and bronze plaques, ivory tusks, and carved heads. Records of Benin's history dating back to the 13th century. The British government didn't keep them as spoils of war for a museum, at least not at first. They treated them as collateral. The bronzes were auctioned off to private collectors in Germany and London to cover the expenses of the military expedition itself. The art of a kingdom paid for its own destruction. Today, the Benin Bronzes are scattered across the globe, from the British Museum to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. For over a century, they have been labeled as World Heritage. But to Nigeria, they are stolen property. The 1897 expedition proved that in the age of empire, culture was just another commodity to be extracted. As the world finally begins to return these pieces, we are forced to ask, can you ever truly return what was taken by fire? If you value powerful stories about empire, resistance, and forgotten history, subscribe to Histent, where history fights back.